Good Thursday morning. Wow, I got some sun. Damn. Okay, well. Anyways, good morning. Hope everybody's I hope everybody's processing through their shadows and alchemizing their dislikes about themselves and turn into something creative, positive. It doesn't necessarily have to be positive, but if it's creative, I feel you're making the right moves as far as taking something you don't like about yourself and putting out a boundary and making it work for you in a more positive way. My experience with that has been magnificent because you got two choices. I can either go keep digging down or I can rise above. It all depends on where I want to be. And the type of personality I have, I always want to be on a higher vibration. That's when I feel when I'm in a higher vibration, my life is a lot better. My life is exciting. I am more connected with my intuition. And I'm not afraid to go outside the box and live a certain way that maybe doesn't look that great to the masses. So I've always been that type of person to kind of be a little bit outside the box, and self-acceptance has been a huge part of that, and I talk a lot about programming. I mean, we've spent years and years of being programmed how to act at certain times, certain days, because that's how our society is set up. That's how our society functions. Or does it really? I don't know. I woke up at 3 a.m. Of course, I did go to bed at 8, so but I feel like I get up early a lot because that's when my angels are out, and that's when I connect the most. Not all the distractions are happening. Nobody's doing anything. Most people are asleep still. So I think that's why I've always been a morning person. I get that first of the day vibe of my angels being there, and I can actually focus on their messages. It's been really cool, and wow, I got some light right there. But it's been a really cool process. Now, I'm not saying that it's all peaches and cream, of course. There's a lot of work I do consistently to keep my maintenance up, to be on the highest frequency I possibly can. Lately, with being in the cover band where we play long hours, great fun, but it takes a lot out because not only that, I'm intermingling with people. Sorry. At the bars, meet new people at the bars, and just in that high frequency, can get exhausting. But fortunately enough for me, I had some killer Reiki masters that taught me how to chill, taught me how to relax, taught me how to let go, and it's been amazing. Even on my days where I feel like, yeah, nothing's gonna change, it's always gonna be like this, I'm gonna be like this, I can still higher my vibration, because when I'm connected with intuition, my intuition doesn't let me get too low. That's why I always talk about being connected to it, because I've seen the difference when I am and when I'm not. Like, the things that come my way, when I'm not in an attitude of gratitude, I'm not on a high frequency, things will come into my path that I really just don't want to do. I don't want to act on, even if they're for my own spiritual growth. And fortunately enough for me, when I'm connected with intuition, those same scenarios will come to me and I'm all game. So it's a perspective, it's an attitude, it's an outlook, you know. Yeah, so I don't have any shows the next 2 weeks. Actually, going out with a friend to Beaver to see a Metal Fest next weekend. This weekend I got to work on Saturday, so I'm working the next 3 days. And I really need to just focus on no outcomes of anything, because when I do that, it puts, like, my expectations are demolished, and I like to be in that mode because it helps me and it helps people around me just flow through life. Because when I get caught up, it's like I've been doing a 369 going on, I think I'm about a week shy of 2 months, which is not usual. I usually do a 369 for 22 days, burn it, and unfortunately I don't have any place to burn all these pages. I know a place I could go, but you know, it's one of those weird things. Like, I like to keep it secret what I'm doing, and because they're my rituals, you know, that I don't need people knowing what I'm trying to manifest. It's not really their business. So, but yeah, you know, I've been hanging out with new people and connecting on different levels, and you know, and I've been single the longest this time around, and it's been really awesome. Like, my choices, I have so many more choices now that I'm single, because you know, you get in a relationship and you want to appease the other person, you want to spend time with them. So everything I got going on would probably damn near stop if I got in a relationship, because I like to be all in. Whoa, the lights went out. Let me do this. The lights come on. Wow. Magic? No, it's just a sensor. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, when I am seeking for something, which is very rare, I don't seek out things too often. I will work to manifest certain things in my life, depending on how big it is. And what I realize is the universe isn't gonna give me anything I'm manifesting unless I'm ready for it. So, and sometimes, depending on what I'm trying to manifest, I don't know what that even looks like to be ready for it, or what it feels like. So connecting with intuition is really like a game changer for me, because I start to make better decisions, and situations come along, I handle them a lot differently than what I would if I'm not connected with my inner self. I make really bad decisions. So, I'm kicking it in my shower room right here at my work, getting ready to shed the old skin, wake up, get some perspective. And I know a lot of people right now that are going through some stuff, and they're going through similar things I went through. Loss of loved ones, loss of connection with loved ones due to substance abuse. I mean, it's really sad, and I know in my heart of hearts that the only thing I can do is be the example. I can't enable nobody. I can just be present and hold space for these people to help them be in touch with themselves to make the better decision upon what they're doing now, you know. Last weekend was a great weekend. Played up in Lehigh at Scores, played 4 45-minute sets of all different types of cover bands, and I didn't struggle with any of the songs. The band didn't struggle with me struggling with any of the songs. It was a great night. We had a great night. And the following day, hung out with a newer friend who I've been hanging out with a lot, trying to see if there's like a deeper connection between us, but I don't really know if that's really the case. And plus, we haven't really talked. It's like I'm doing old school shit. I'm not coming into people's lives saying, hey, well, if I can get together and do this and that. Instead, I'm like, hey, you want to go smoke some weed? And hang out on that level of friendship, because I'm not doing what I used to do. You know, I'm not just trying to convince or trying to jump in or trying to like put love spells on people. That just bites you in the ass later on. So I've just been being cool with where I'm at with people, you know, just trying to be a friend, trying to, you know, I think the fact that I'm an energy worker freaks a lot of people out, because the majority of people I hang out with are either musicians or fans of musicians or have hobbies dealing with cars, stuff like that. And I don't exactly hang out with the people that are into Reiki energy work. And I feel like it's because I've been put up as that type of being to go mingle with the musicians and bring forth a higher frequency to help our musical community become whole. And there's certain areas of it where it's not, and there's certain areas where people are having opinions about other musicians and this and that, and you know, opinions are great, but I think one thing that people tend to forget, especially musicians, that when you become a really good musician, you become involved in a really good band, and you have tons of people watching you, that if you allow all that to get in your head and make that who you really are, that is called ego. A lot of people refer to that as edging God out. To me, it's like cutting off intuition, basically, when I allow my ego to inflate, because I get compliments all the time. Oh, you're a great drummer, you're the best drummer. I've been told I'm a legend, and I'm like, okay, I'll let you have that opinion about me, but I'm not gonna take it to my head and be like, oh yeah, because so-and-so's, it's just, and I get it, you've been in a band for a while and you get all these fans, and you know you're the shit. But when you start acting like the shit, that makes your shit stink. So it's been really important for me to just stay connected no matter what happens. And so, yeah, last Saturday I went to my niece's graduation party out in West Haven. It was amazing. You know, I actually had to, luckily for the cover band I play in, we have another backup drummer. So since I wasn't able to go, we had our other drummer, Doug, play the Saturday show in Lehigh, which is really cool. I think it's awesome that we have that. Intact. Like we have, like the original drummer is sick as hell, going through a bunch of medical and probably spiritual things, I'm assuming. So anyways, back to the story. I meet up with, she's not really my niece, but I grew up with her dad, known her dad since I was in like second grade, so pretty much our family. And I showed up and everybody's partying, having a good time, and then my ex-stepdaughter shows up with her brother, and they were like the last people I thought I'd get to see, and it was really cool. I got to show them some of my music, some of my stuff, and connect. But they both struggle, and it's like, you can see the struggle is real. You can see it in their eyes. You can feel it in their just aura, But I was very grateful that I still have communication with my kids from, even though they're not my real kids, I consider them my kids, And I was told by her that I was the best father figure that she has ever met. So that's awesome. I don't have a lot of money, so I can put them up in a hotel. They're kind of in and out of their mom's house, dad's house, the truck, whatever. They kind of bounce around. And yeah, it's just people are in their stages, and all we can really do as friends is support that, But I have in the last year had to cut off a handful of people that at the moment were like really my go-to people when I was struggling, when I needed somebody to talk to, and I don't have those people anymore. I watched, and these are people that have all the tools that can get themselves out of any mental struggle they put themselves in or that comes towards them. And I'm watching these people not use their tools, and that's why I stopped being friends with them. It's not that I hate them, it's just that I'm not gonna sit here and watch. I've had tons of trials in this last year, and none of them have kept me in a mode for very long where my frequency was low. Painstaking thoughts about what's next when, the unexpected arrives and you don't like it. How do you bounce back? What do you do? And I was seeing these people not do anything. And so I was like, well, if I hang out with people like that, I'm going to start acting that way, because that's, as humans, we tend to replicate who we hang out with, So there is, probably about 5 people that I hang out with on a daily basis, because they are those types of people that are raising up, no matter what level of manifestations they've hit, they continue to manifest the next thing, and that's how I want to be. So I do hang out with those people, and we talk about philosophies and ideas, and kind of make sense of everything as a group if we can. And it's usually when we're not being distracted, and as a musician, distracted all the time by music fans, you name it, anything is a distraction. Well, especially for me. So I'm very aware of it. I kind of keep that in check as much as possible. So like this weekend, not much going on besides work, hanging out a little bit. The following weekend, gonna get to go up to the first annual Beaver Metal Fest. I know damn near every band that's playing. Going down with a friend, I'm paying for gas, she's driving. We're getting a motel for the night, which she's paying for, which is really nice. I'm like, I just gotta pay gas. That's fucking awesome. Looking forward to that experience. The cover band does have a show, but of course Doug's stepping in to play drums for him, so perfect. This is perfect setup. The weekend after that, there's another metal fest. It's in Salt Lake at Liquid Joe's, about 8 really kick-ass metal bands. So looking forward to that. And then my boys from Wicked Temple are hitting the scene again that Sunday. So that particular weekend we got a metal fest at Liquid Joe's, and the following day on Sunday, Wicked Temple will be playing at Aces with a couple other kick-ass bands. So really looking forward to all that because I love being entertained. I love my boys. They fucking rock it. They inspired me to keep playing. It's one of those situations because, I did get a spot as a drummer in Wicked Temple, and then when all the legal crap I got in trouble for the year prior, all the sentencings came up, and next thing you know, I'm on an ankle monitor, can't leave the house, can't play the shows. So they got a different drummer. They called him the fill-in drummer, but I knew he wasn't going to be a fill-in drummer. He was going to be there to stay. I think people were kind of just telling me, because people were worried about me getting upset. How can I get upset for something I did? Yeah, I got into a great band, I felt like I'm in the right place, and then lost that position because of choices I made and because of the stupid laws Utah has. That's mainly it. It's just, I've always had that attitude, well, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, deal with the consequences. And boy, did I deal with those consequences. I dealt with them head on. And I lost a lot, and I gained a lot. I lost what I needed to lose, and I gained what I needed to gain. It's amazing, even though it was stupid, really dumb laws that were broken. I think it was just another way I feel like it's another way the universe just showed me how unique I really am. I'm not special, I'm unique. Big difference. Well, I can be a little special sometimes, depending on, how much weed I smoke, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like in the situations I was having to do to appease the courts and all that, it made me more of an individual from that. It made me regroup a lot and kind of tweak some things about my personality. It really didn't change what I was doing. I was still doing the same stuff, which in my mind isn't bad. I mean, it's me on my meds. That's all it is. So when Wicked Temple got Jackson, I knew he was going to be there to stay, and there was no room for the zombie. Plus, they already have a masked guy in their band, Brandon. I don't know that 2 masked guys in that band would equal out, but you get 2 guys wearing a mask and 2 guys that don't. I don't know. I don't know if there's any correlation to it at all. But they are coming back. They haven't played in like 2 months, so I'm really excited to see my boys playing again. Oh, went dark. Shaboing. Anyways, I know it's kind of annoying, but so I want to go back to the 369 I've been writing on, and it's really weird because I've been writing on it for almost 2 months, and I'm doing the thing you're not supposed to do. I question it all the time because I'm like, is what I want really what I need, you know? And I kind of throw that back to the universe to allow the universe to guide me, my intuition to guide me a little more. Because I don't want to get myself in a situation all of a sudden, blink of an eye, I'm like, I don't like this, you know? And my manifestation deals with other people, so it's it shouldn't be a huge deal, but it is. It's a pre-programming thing. The pre-programming is based upon past experiences. So you figure the one time I'm trying to think of a good example, but I think anybody who's watching this video probably already knows what I'm talking about. But it's like, you say you want this, okay, this is a good one. Say you want this brand new car, you know, and you do all this work you do the footwork to get what you want, right? And then you get this car, you've test driven it already, so you know you like the way it rides. But you get the car, and then say a week down the road, something, you're not like how it's driving, you know, and you want to take it back. See, that's doable. You can do that. But when it comes to people, not so much. I mean, you can. Like, say you get with somebody and you're like, I don't like them. I don't really like it. I don't really like them in this fashion or on this frequency. And they're really great people. It's not that they're not great people, they're not nice people, but they just, you know, you make a decision based upon a couple of aspects of a person. You think you want to be with them, and then you get with them, and then you're like, this ain't what I want. And then you have to do the whole process of, how am I going to get out of this, you know, without hurting people's feelings or whatever. And it's really not, it's not possible, I don't think. I guess it depends on the person, like, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to get in any type of relationship and be like, this, no. So I guess the best thing has been not to make any kind of, you know, I made some moves here and there thinking, you know, but it was more along the lines of, hey, let's go get stoned, let's talk about life, let's not do the sex thing or the romantic thing, let's just be friends, you know, because you can never have enough of those. Keeping it simple, not making people feel uncomfortable. At least I don't think I have been. I hope not. That's another thing. Like, people, if you need an adjustment from me in order to be my friend, come talk to me. Come tell me what you don't like about me or what you think I should do better, and I'll take it in consideration. I'm not going to be a dick and be like, oh, fuck you then, you know. I'm not like that. People think I am, and I'm not. I'm very open, I'm very understanding. I am always one to put my feet in your shoes just to be able to tell where you're coming from, to make things make sense to me, you know. And for example, I had the singer for Big Card, the cover band I'm working with. He gave me some advice. He gave me some guidance where he wanted my skills to be at for their songs that they're playing. And it wasn't a big deal. I didn't get pissed off. I didn't say, fuck you, I'll play how I want. No, because I am filling in for their music. It's my obligation to play what is needed, not what I think is needed. And I think that Friday's show was a result of that. It was a great show. We didn't have any hiccups. We didn't have to stop in the middle of any songs and start a new one. It was amazing. I was locked in. I took what he had told me to heart, and I made it happen, you know. And I think so many people are scared to hurt other people's feelings because it's a programming thing, no doubt. It's a huge programming. Like, if you tell the truth, you know, I think people's idea is that, like, if you tell the truth, people are going to be mad at you or not want to be your friend. And so I think people get caught up in lying a lot, and then it just becomes a part of who they are. And so crazy, so crazy. It doesn't work. People are miserable because of that. So yeah, I just thought I'd tune in, say what's up. I got my cup of Joe. It's not from Maverick, it's from here, but I keep these cups and like them. Coffee's good. I'm gonna take a shower, probably a little scooter cruise up the road, get me some go-go juice for the day, and start my work day on a good foot. I got today, tomorrow, and the next day to work. I actually have rehearsal after work today with Big Car. We're starting to write. We started a new song that they had already put together, and I just threw drums to, and they've been really digging that. So I think we're gonna polish that up more, hopefully get into another new song, I don't know. But it's gonna be good. We'll eat dinner, hang out, get stoned, play music. It's a good time. I can't bitch about any of it, you know, really. I'm pretty blessed. It's like everything I've put my intentions toward have been manifested, you know. Not necessarily by being in this cover band, but I don't know, you see people and it's like, oh, I don't know, I think it's the versatility that makes my drumming interesting, per se, because I play an off count type of style, which not a lot of people do, so, and people like that because it's different, it sounds different, not a lot, you know. So I'm glad I've been in training for that aspect of my life for years and years. Just nature now. Yeah, I just want to, because I struggle a little bit here and there, and it's mainly with manifestations, and then I make the move to listen to horoscopes sometimes on YouTube, and none of them really resonate with me because where I'm at is not where the collective is at. I'm not in the collective connection of Capricorns. Whoa, here we go again. I'm not doing what the collective is doing. It seems like I'm not focused on anything but what my intuition wants me to do, you know. Oh no, it's really a great life with a lot of obstacles and a lot of mental roller coaster riding, I guess you could say. But I'm still working on staying out of my head, going with my heart's intuition, still moving forward, you know. And even though people might look at me and say, yeah, nothing's changed, oh yeah. You gotta hang out with me long enough to tell. So, not a lot of people are open to do that. But, yeah, so I'm just gonna keep on trucking through this crazy ass roller coaster of life and try to uplift as many people as I can and be uplifted myself, to let people know that, yeah, we all make mistakes. What are you going to do about it? The ball's in your court. So, with that, I'm going to bid you namaste, because the weirdness in me uplifts and supports the weirdness in you. Have a great day.